hao. You remember what ni hao means? Hello, right? Some people simply say zao, zao, morning. It means morning. Yeah, zao. Yeah, zao, zao. Yeah, yeah. But be very careful though. If you mispronounce it, it turns into a very bad word. Like very bad. China, when we're on the cruise, all the staff, the crew, the waiter, waitress, housekeeper, they'll try to speak some Chinese to you, just to communicate and for fun, and to maybe try to teach you some simple words so you will know 谢谢 and 早上好 and 你好 in Chinese.
First half right.
In Chinese, what's no problem. I know. In Chinese, what's the answer for 谢谢? No one remembers? Huh? What? Oh, what? What's 不客气? Yeah, 不客气 is 劳驾. Lao Jia. This is used when you want to say other people to make room for you, or somebody's in your way. You say Lao Jia. And another way to intonation change meaning. That's why I want you to be very careful when you say morning, zao. Yeah, they can change the meaning totally. Like the word you ni hao. You say this morning. You say it again. Ni hao. Yeah, that's correct. I got a smart group. Last group, 2 groups ago, because that's what people say now, or grandpa. Those words. Yeah. 爸爸 means dad in Chinese.
What's grandpa?
Grandpa on father's side and mother's side are different. On father's side is 爷爷. Very different. First to start with different dialects. We don't understand each other. Good evening is 晚上好.晚安 is to say to somebody before bedtime. Good night. Yes. This is the very famous Summer Olympic Stadium for 2008 Olympic game. It's called the Bird Nest. It's a very showing the countryside or the old-fashioned or traditional lifestyle stadium. In China. Many of the events took place here. The opening ceremony took place here. Right there, everybody. Wow. Water cube. Okay, everybody, behind it, the bird nest, now it's the water cube.
See the Olympic stuff days in June 2008 Olympics I ran. Look.
What did they use it for now? That's another Chinese word we know.
McDonald's.
The next cruise.
Whole complex of the president during and Chiang Kai-shek also was part of the Kuomintang the party. Have to have boys. So the government supported that, and they allowed them to have more than one or 2 if the first one was a girl or ill or like that. But that's only in the remote rural area or with minority people. In the city and urban area, it's not the case. So, but in modern day, in the 90s, 80s, the urban population, Chinese people in the urban area, Great Wall, we visit the Badaling Great Wall. This part is called Zhuyongguan Great Wall. Zhuyongguan Great Wall and Badaling Great Wall are connected. But in Zhuyongguan in here, the view, so it's not quite there yet. Soon we're gonna see it, everybody. Zhuyongguan Great Wall connected to Badaling, but the view is not as nice. So we'll continue to go to our destination, the Badaling Great Wall. That's another about 30 kilometers, 25 to 30 kilometers from Zhuyongguan Great Wall. That's not quite there yet. If you put a person, the character person, and a tree, character tree together, it's the character rest. Make sense? But it no longer look like a person and a tree because they've evolved into square character. Originally, thousands of years ago, there were pictures. So through this, you know, jade in this country have long been treasured as the most precious and valuable thing. The craft, all the crafting of the jade. Because emperor lived here, and emperor very much like jade and keep all the artists here, so they have the long tradition.
They allow cars without horns.
It's not encouraged, but we have so many cars and so many people. They just don't really follow it.
I see that they have bicycles along with the cars on the same road.
is our national food, and panda bear is also our national treasure. And we're seeing a lot of treasures in China. Because this country has such long history and rich culture that has over 3,000 years of history behind it. So just like I said, you wouldn't want to miss a Broadway show in Times Square in New York City when you are there. Once you are in Beijing, we see Peking opera and eat Peking duck. Like I said, it's very unique, very different. You probably only see it once in your entire life, but I still think this is. And then we will leave for the dinner and the Tang Dynasty show in the evening. Okay, last night when we started learning English, how I learned in my English, and some of you were very kind, commented on how clear my English was. I hope I'm very understandable, my English.
Oh, they're waving at you. Yeah, in the same base. Oh, okay.
So we plant trees here, flowers now. And those this is a very important place for pomegranate production in China. Bus, right? Has a 2-liter bus. I ride a hot spring bus. Hot spring bus, yeah. It's the steam, yeah. A hot spring bus. And so the hot spring here, the temperature is 44 or 46. It's a little bit hot, and it's not possible for drinking. Too much sulfur, but it's very good for the people's skin, clean and nice skin, yeah, against the bacteria. So nowadays it's a resort for Chinese people like to come here, enjoy the hot spring water. And now we're passing this town, it's called Lintou. It's a town with population. So this guy here, you can see the mountain already. You see the buildings here, a lot of buildings, yeah. And the temples, his ministers. Anybody could my concubine, boss, anyone could meet.
Each day our boats dock at a different port or a different town, riverside town. These cities or these small towns provide you another perspective. It's a village where we are going to visit pagoda. That's from late Ming Dynasty. That's tomorrow. And the next day our boat gorgeous dam site. So that day our tour, our excursion will be the dam tour. The dam visit. Okay, and after that, our boat is in Hubei province when we're at the dam site. After that, our boat will switch to the our boat is a little over 306 passengers. This time we only have roughly 170 passengers, so it's a little more than half. Okay, and we almost have 160 ship crew. So you get 1 for 1. Almost. Of course, you'll find a piece of paper that's usually delivered into your cabin one day before, the night before the next day. When you have dinner, you'll receive vital news for the next day to the bus. And on the cruise port portion, we don't have bottled water on the bus because the bus tour is usually going to be 1 hour, 2 hour, at most 2.5 hours. So please bring a bottle of water from the lobby, from the reception every day before the tour from our boat. And you also find the big bottle of water, small bottle of water in your cabin. That's the drinking water. And the tap water are fine for the day we leave the boat. Okay? And in Chinese. The prices are in Chinese currency, RMB, money, RMB, yuan.
What is that?
RMB means, but in here, initial are comfortable living in the cities and apartment building and close to everything. It's convenient. In a way, it's also it saves more money and energy. Xi'an, but roughly $1,000 to $1,500 per square meter. In Xi'an, it's roughly the same price. Usually $1,000 US to 10,000 yuan per square meter to buy, but much cheaper than Beijing and Shanghai. Beijing and Shanghai is about $3,000-4,000 per US per square meter to buy. But we have so many people in China, so they're still buying. A lot of people got wealthy. Their dream is to own a house or own their cars. So
When you say house, you mean apartment?
what?
When you say house, they like
Apartment, yeah,
I mean
apartment. Oh, we also have individual villa house. and they are in the suburb. But if they are located in a city center, it's very expensive, as you can see. It's all about the location. Even apartment alone, one apartment costs, you know. This is not the Yangtze River yet, everybody. It's a tributary of Yangtze.
Look at the other.
It's not Yangtze.
Parts. So for people to commute between different area, they take ferry, they take the cable car. Also, they have many bridges, like one of these. Yes, foggy Chongqing, very famous for that. The local people can count the hours of every year when they can see the sun. It's always overcast, foggy, all year round. That is Sheraton, I think. No, that's not. Sheraton is a twin building, twin towers. Oh yeah, there's the service, so if you have any question, please go directly to the reception desk on the second floor. And dinner will start at either 7 or 7:30. Please pay attention to the announcement on the boat. When we have announcement, you can go directly to the dining room to have dinner. Okay, and your bags will arrive later.
You know what that building is?
Which one?
Right across the green.
Opera. Wait a minute. This one, 这个 Grand Theater. And the one next to the green building is Science Museum. Both are new. They also do it a little differently. I really like that face changing thing. Yeah. That's a part of Sichuan opera. That kind of skill have more than 4 million people, so quite a big city in Hubei province. Our ship basically sailed in 2 provinces or 2 big areas. It's Saturday today, so people don't need to go to work today. But people here in China do work 5 days a week, usually 8 hours a day. It's a Saturday, so weekend. A lot of people still get up early to do exercise. If they own a shop, they open a shop. Some of them come out to have breakfast. Jingzhou is a very with this system. I was one of them. I didn't apply for Beijing University. University. We should study harder. It's so difficult to get into a university in China, but it's much easier to finish university or college in China. I learned that it's the other way in at least America. It's easier to get into a school, but it's probably harder to finish. That forces you to study harder. In here, once you are in a university, you are close to Jingzhou, only 40 minutes away. So it's cruise. So today is also very important. A very good acrobatic show. Okay. Yeah. Did you see some water buffalo on the way in? Yeah. We still use water buffalo. These are lotus. We saw them in Summer Palace. Yeah. We eat lotus root in China. After 7 years, we renew the lease. We have a lot of people keep dogs as pets, unlike the area. So that's why some people keep it secret.
you want to know about our tour.
Soho.
So first, welcome to the city. 1 of 3 parts now. We're going to cross the Yangtze. Okay? Yeah. And this is called Hankou. To use the spelling can be Hankou. Hankou. Yeah. Hankou have been like Shanghai in history, so that's why we can see some Western architectures along the riverside, maybe like this spot. Yeah. If you see the right hand side, you can see our levee. And then you can see the levee is higher than the city. So you can understand that we have about 1 million moving cup. Noodles with sesame dressing. That's something famous around here. Yeah. So especially besides the
Okay, Kodak moment. Guangxi, does it ring a bell? Guangdong and Guangxi, does it mean anything? Yes, exactly, very good. Guangdong East, Guangxi West. Guang basically means large land, big border. So this is west of Canton Province.